Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're doing something a little bit different. So Age of Sigmar 4.0 SkavenDoom is on the horizon. Right around the corner, we got a new box set, a new setting for the Mortal Realms, and I am extremely excited for what's to come. So Games Workshop has released a little 5-minute excerpt here from the Callis and Toll Skaven Menace from Warhammer Plus. So I figured we'd take a look together, see how this ties in, the new edition and box set coming out, and get a little bit of backstory together. Obviously, we've had all of the Dawnbringer books sort of setting the stage, the transition from like the Mortal Realms in its current state to what's happening now with the Skaven invasion. And as always, this video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. So let's jump right in and take a look and see what Callis and Toll have to say about the Skaven Menace.
Blood of Sigmar! Look at you two idiots!
You better not be walking so amok into my...
2 clays of magmalt and 2 shots of sweet black.
There were more of the foul vermin this time. A lot more.
Oh, this is just the start. Ask anyone east of the adamantine chain. Nowhere is safe now.
Never has been. But you don't really believe the rumors.
The information entrusted to me bears more weight than just rumor, Armand.
Show me. If you've the right map for it. No, surely. That can't be right. That's immense.
The map never lies. This thing, it's an entire landmass wrenched into reality by Skaven warp magic. It exists in 2 realms at once. Valius told me that millions of humans, elves, and Duardin were taken in a matter of moments. Now, endless Skaven pour through that hole in reality. And whatever it is, it's here to stay.
Okay, so I gotta say about the actual animation style of this, it looks pretty good. I like the style. It definitely has a grimdark feel to it. Kind of reminds me of like a Dungeons and Dragons type setting. They do a good job of like setting the plot and everything. The voice acting is really good. Pretty nice quality, and definitely gives some character to like the actual individuals from Callis and Toll. And so far seems to be pretty well written also.
It can't be. It was summoned, right? So it can be banished. And people like us are good at that.
This is not some spectral apparition that can be exorcised back to Shayish, Armand. Anyone you ever knew over there is dead. The sulfur seas are boiling with warp flux, but the ratmen are constructing invasion fleets anyway. Well, thousands of them die in the process, not that they care. More will always come.
What do you mean?
At its heart, the region is a giant open portal to the Skaven subrealm, their very own twisted realm gate. They're calling the part of it that has breached reality the Gnaw. It's made a mess of the lands around, and you'll realize why.
Why us? Why here?
Because we didn't see it in time. Our Dawner strongpoints and Nexus siphons have been overrun across the east of the Great Parch. We thought it was the rampage of the Troggoth King, maybe a soul blight curse. Turns out, we were blind to the real threat.
Skaven cunning.
Precisely. Do you hear Valius tell it? The Nexus sites were being systematically corrupted, spiked by the Ratmen's toxic version of Realmstone. This is their grand plan, with the hand of their evil god behind it. And Sigmar, damn it, it worked.
we're only dealing with the edges of this, here in Hammerhall.
Yes, and it's going to get more intense. Those people at the heart of it were slain instantly, but those on the periphery will fare far worse.
How
Okay, so pretty cool. They have definitely done a good job tying in like the Dawnbringer series and the story for anybody that hasn't been keeping up on it, and essentially like setting the table for what's to come and like how the story progresses through AOS 4.0. We got mentions of the Troggoth King, of like the undead, and overall I gotta say this is pretty well scripted, and I do like the animation style because it makes you focus in on the main characters and kind of blurs out the background. There's still enough like motion going on and everything else to kind of keep your attention. And this for sure gets me excited about what's to come potentially with Henry Cavill and like the Amazon show, as we would expect that to be like a far higher budget and far higher quality of content than this. And this is already pretty nice. Now, granted, I did grow up watching 90s cartoons, so maybe I'm skewed a bit compared to like what's more relevant now as far as like animations. But for like a grimdark setting in the Warhammer world and a little bit of like backstory and adventure kind of theme, I think this goes pretty nice. And like I said, definitely has like a D&D feel to it, which I like. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now, back to the video.
How so? At least they're alive.
No, technically, yes. But the Duardin holds are infested, and the cities of the Great Parch are a shattered mess. Even mighty Emberguard is all but abandoned now. Haunted by madmen.
I'd likely be the same. If it were my city leveled by some massive explosion.
Far worse than an explosion, old friend.
What would you call it then?
The Vermin Doom.
The Vermin Doom? Aye, the doom of us all. The hour of ruin has come. The second age of chaos is upon...
None of that talk in here. None of that talk anywhere.
So how are we gonna fight some half-real nation of rat men?
We're not. Even the Free Guild columns don't stand a chance. Hordes of Skaven, pouring over themselves in a frothing frenzy as the din of their infernal bells spur them on. Arcane weapons that melt flesh from bone, fleshy monstrosities wading like gargants through the mass, and they're endless.
First rule of fighting Skaven. There are always more.
That's why you don't see Stormcast in the city anymore. Lord Commander Carthalos has sent every chamber he can out to the east. As for striking back, the storm hosts are sending in their best. Well, their strongest at any rate.
What's that supposed to mean?
Ruination.
Okay, that did a really good job tying in all of like the Dawnbringer books, the end of like Sigmar previous season, and then tying in like the Ruination Chambers, the lack of Stormcast like throughout the realm, why the Skaven are coming through, how they're coming through, tying in Callis and Toll. I gotta say, that was pretty awesome. And that definitely gets me excited for what's to come from Warhammer Plus and some of their future animations. In the past, I've seen some of the stuff and overall it's looked pretty good. I've been really patient on actually subscribing myself, waiting for them to like populate the site with plenty of content, cartoons, animations, because from what I've heard from people, you sign up and it doesn't take you long at all to get through the backlog. But as time passes, there's definitely more and more cool stuff showing up on there. So Touche to Games Workshop, that looked awesome. It was a great tie-in for like what's to come this season with this new edition for Age of Sigmar 4.0. And I gotta say, it was pretty cool. So let me know what you think. Have you been part of Warhammer Plus? Have you been following along with the Dawnbringer series? Does this excite you even more now that you know a little bit more of the story, a little bit more of like the backstory leading up to SkavenDoom? Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And of course, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and the plot thickens. And I am excited for SkavenDoom.